Welcome back to the Neo Show, everybody. Today on our Neo, we are going to be installing prop guard protection. And you're saying, Jordan, it already has prop guards. I know this. However, there are people that have used this, and I'm going to say, yes, including myself, who have hit an object. And you're like, hit an object? Well, unfortunately, if you're doing some of these automated functions in a tight area, you're bound to hit something. So, without further ado, I'm excited to introduce the $10 kit. So they had a few of these kits on Amazon. I was suspicious of them all. So I went with the most economical one that had the best reviews. I chose the color to be black. I would have chose it to be gray, but this is what they had. They did have orange too as a color option, but I'm not that out there anymore. So it's given us a nice little tutorial guide here. And it's actually, I was gonna lie and tell you it's in proper English, but it's actually in Chinese first and then English second. And they're trying to do their best to translate too. So it shows that they basically clip on to the side. They are a little bit malleable from the appearance on the instructional guide. It is a one-sided guide. It is just a pray and put on. So as you can see, this is like not marked. It's super efficient, economical. We could buy the highest end quality ones if we wanted to, but until there's a use case that would justify that, there's no need. That was a confusing point with me too on whether I have a remote for this or not. And I contemplated going back and forth, and the only value to have a remote is to teach people how to fly with the device they feel comfortable with. As soon as you start going into larger drones than this, people get intimidated. And how you decrease intimidation is you start on the app, and then you migrate them to sticks. So, as you can see here, they have a slope on them, so they are directional. It does not appear, I'm gonna verify the markings. I didn't see a left and a right. It's like branded Sunny Life. Who knows? One thing I am going to do is keep both logos at the rear. So I'm going to mount them like this. So as in the pictures, they said basically start on one edge, work your way around little by little. Well, I can tell you they are directional because there is one small deviation on the back, and it requires this orientation. So I did have it correct, but it does take a specific orientation. So here, these are fitting pretty tight. So that's actually the look on the fit. Will this provide protection? Yes. We're talking very, very, very light bump mitigation. If you had bigger, denser foam, it could bounce off items a little easier. This is meant for semi-recovering from hard impacts. And if you get near a wall and just need to ricochet off of it, this is going to be a wonderful bumper for you. But if you think this is going to fix and solve all your problems, you are hard mistaken. So this drone weighed 135 grams prior to the 2 modifications that we did. You're like, 2? Yes. Yesterday we updated the blades, and today we're adding bumpers. And then in the upcoming days, I do have a camera guard coming, so I'm kind of excited for that, because it allows you to ensure that your gimbal never gets hit. Because as this camera rotates, there's certain angles that if you land hard, you're actually going to touch the camera face. So that's important. Now I'm going to go and get a scale real quick. We're going to weigh this and we're going to see where we lie. We have the scale. So I'm going to face it towards the camera. Hopefully you can see down here. So we are on grams, and the feet here are going to set on the scale. So right now, with the addition of the propellers and the guards, we have roughly increased the weight by 15 grams. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it all adds up to battery life. And when I say 15 grams, that is more than 1/10 of the entire weight of the quadcopter just going on to these buffers and props. So now what I want to see is, let's remove these and let's see what the weight comes in at. So now we have these fully removed. We're now going to turn back on the scale, ensure it zeroes out, and then we're going to get our feet, put them on. And then we're going to notice that the new props added 2 grams of weight to the entire drone. And then let's take the drone off the scale and we'll weigh these covers separately, and these are weighing in, we're going to round up slightly, but these are weighing in at 11.5 grams. So it is slightly under 1/10 of the overall weight of the quadcopter. And with that being said, I don't want to diminish the duration, so I am gonna try and utilize these, but in reality, although they are light, they're adding weight to an already light drone. So you're gonna decrease your performance, you're gonna decrease your responsiveness and your battery life. You will have slightly increased protection, but going back and talking about the weight added for the protection, I don't think the pros outweigh the cons. So I will run this for a little bit, but most likely we will not see these in future photos or future content outside of some test trials. Nothing negative about the design other than the fact that we shouldn't be adding 10% weight value and not have any significant gain. The props at an additional 2 grams are 100% warranted, but this as a protective coating, aka, really doesn't justify its associated cost. So when you're determining a guard to put on whatever you're trying to protect, just keep all these factors in mind, because they're all going to play into your final choice of what guard you choose, and or if you're going to even need to run one. And you might think, after seeing this, yes, it does look cool, but at a sacrificial performance of, let's just say, 8%, and then the true performance value maybe will decrease by 5%, I would have a hard time justifying this use case, unless I was a really bad pilot. Guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day.